Hey beautiful people, so for this Christmas decoration, the first thing that I did is just this Christmas tree and also made a star. I made this image on Photoshop, then I printed it, and these images are gonna be on my blog in case you wanna go for them. Sorry for my voice by the way. So I'm gonna be cutting that, and then I'm gonna be using a piece of styrofoam and just making sure it's like big enough for this. Placing my tree on top, tracing it with a Sharpie, and then I'm just gonna be cutting this with my cutter. And this is how I'm cutting the edges of the tree, by the way, that are like round. Then I'm going to be cutting the star, and for the star I wanted it to be thinner, so I just cut it in half. I also made a tiny base for this so it can stand up with a tiny piece of like styrofoam, and I pretty much just cut it a rectangle, making sure that it was big enough for my tree. I covered the whole thing in like school glue or white glue, just to make the whole thing like a smoother, flat surface. I'm going to be taking one barbecue stick and I'm going to be cutting this, and this is going to be what's gathering the whole thing together pretty much. I'm going to be cutting a piece for the bottom part and then for the top part, which is like the star, and I'm going to be gluing everything together. And this is how I'm letting the bottom part dry, by the way, just so that my tree stands as straight as it can, so it doesn't look wonky. I'm going to be painting this with white acrylic paint. Then I'm painting the tree in green. I'm using this green. My yellow is this one. Yellow for the star. And then my brown, which I custom made myself. If you like this shade of brown, I have the DIY showing you how to make this. Or paint it white, or however you like. I'm just more into the more traditional kind of Christmas. Now I'm going to be taking some black acrylic paint in my detail brush, and I'm going to be covering the barbecue sticks. So this is the tree by itself. I just wanted to show you what it looks like, plain and simple. I wanted to add more though. I made this lighter green by mixing some yellow with my green, and then again my brown. I'm going to be adding some green dots all over the place. Then I'm going to be making a darker shade of green by mixing my green with my brown, and I'm going to be adding those dots all over the place. I did the same thing with my brown, adding brown dots all over the place, and I pretty much did the whole thing like 3 times. I wanted it to be covered in dots. I'm going to be adding some gloss. This is the one that I'm using by Sculpey, covering everything obviously, and this is how I'm like covering the edges. And now for the stars of the show. These are what actually inspired me to make this one. I got this Christmas mini ornaments last year, actually before Christmas. I actually made this last year, but I didn't have this DIY on time. I found them off of Amazon. I think they're really cute, except the orange one. I'm not a huge fan of like the orange tone for this, but other than that I really like them, so I waited a whole year to decorate this one. But yeah, I'm gonna be gluing those mini ornaments with my super glue, and yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. I actually really like it. Hopefully it doesn't look like childish. I'm not really sure if I want to stop here or just add the Christmas lights cable. Using a Sharpie, it would look something like this. Let me know which one you like the most, but this is it for now. I just wanted to cover something fun, colorful, and Christmassy, and I think this is a good idea to decorate for like dorms or offices when you don't have like a lot of space to decorate, but you still want to be festive. But yeah, hopefully you like this, and if you did, don't forget to let me know and give this a thumbs up. Check out more Christmas DIYs I have on my channel, and again, real sorry for my voice. It's real hard to understand what I'm saying, but thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later and take care. Bye.